It is officially cozy season, and I thought what better way to enjoy these colder, dark days than with some new cozy hobbies. So today I'm going to be trying some hobbies that I've always wanted to do that I think would be perfect to do on a fall or winter day. This first hobby I am so excited for because I think this could be a really relaxing, fun one that could also be used to make gifts for people or DIYs, and it is brush calligraphy. This gorgeous box is actually a brush calligraphy advent calendar, and it is by the company Written Word, which is owned by one of my best friends, Carla, and she gave this to me to try out, which I am so grateful for. So let's open it up. Let's just take a moment for the packaging. Is that not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen? Inside is this beautiful advent calendar, and it opens up. Here are all the instructions and everything that's included. And then here are all the squares. It also includes these cute brush pens, one in this gorgeous red color and one in this Christmassy green. And it tells you all about how to hold the pen and the basic strokes and things to practice before you get started. Let's open up day one. Day one is letter A. We have a little booklet and it teaches you how to do lowercase a and uppercase A. And then it has all these practice spots where you can do the letter. Oh, and then we've even got some words back here. And then it ends with a verse. That is so pretty. I did some of the practice strokes that it recommended. I think it went pretty well. I'm a little nervous for the real thing, but I'm excited. I guess I should read the instructions first. I just finished the first page, lowercase a. That was honestly so relaxing. After the first couple, I totally was in the groove of it. And these pens, the tip is so fine and it just glides on there so easily. I think I'm obsessed. I'm gonna try uppercase A now. Ooh, it's so fancy looking. This side is where we put it all together. Not bad. It's the next day. I moved to the couch. It's raining outside. The leaves are falling down. The cozy vibes are high. And I want to open day 2 of my advent calendar. This is day 2, and we are going to learn the letter B. I feel like this is the true test of a good cozy hobby, is if you can sit on the couch, relax with a cozy blanket, and just zone out and chill. finished this page with all the separate parts of the lowercase b. Now I get to put it all together into the letter. I'm gonna switch to the red pen. I don't know which one is my favorite. I really love them both. That is so much fun. I want to try the capital B now. Ooh, this looks interesting. Oh, one thing that's really helpful is on this part, it numbers each of the steps. So when I first saw this part of the B, my initial instinct was to go up, but then I realized it was a thicker line, so it must be a downstroke. And then looking back here, number 2 shows a down arrow. Let's try that again. I don't want to open up one of these every day. I just want to do all of them. This is such a fun little activity to do every day during the holidays though. Should we try to put it all together and do a capital B? Let's do it. Let's try a couple of the words. I loved doing the individual letters and how it was split up into the different strokes and then combined it into the full letter. It was so approachable, so easy. You're literally just following along the lines that they have on there already, which makes it so relaxing. I would say this hobby was a total success, and I would definitely give it a try if you're looking for something relaxing to do this season. It does require a little bit of focus and attention, which is perfect if you're trying to zone everything else out and just focus on what you're doing. The next hobby I want to try is paper quilling. I found this little kit at the dollar store where you make a poinsettia for Christmas. Basically, you take all these little pieces of paper and you twirl them around to make a 3D design. I've seen cards with this before, and I always think they look so beautiful and so impressive. And I've always wanted to give it a try, but I've never really known how to start. So hopefully this kit will teach me everything I need to know. We've got all the supplies, the strips of paper, the quilling tool, and I'm guessing this is the pattern, and then maybe the stand once it's finished. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking a little intimidating, but we've got the instructions here, so hopefully they are helpful. We need some white glue. It says, start by outlining the outer shapes of the image with the colored strips of paper using a little bit of glue along the edge of the paper. Do not use too much glue. Fill in the inner areas with the rolled up spiral patterns. Follow the pattern placements from the template. It looks like I do it on the blank one. It really does not tell you how to use the quilling tool. It just says you roll it. Use the quilling tool as needed to roll the paper into the correct shapes. And how you do that, you're on your own. Let's get our glue. Now, putting glue on the edge of a very thin piece of paper seems a little tricky. I think I'm gonna get very, very sticky. It said don't use too much, but it doesn't really say how much is too much. Oh, my glue is so gloopy. How much do you think I should do at a time? The whole paper or just part of it? I feel like doing the whole paper would be kind of a lot. Ooh, maybe that's too much glue. Let's try this. Maybe I'll start in the middle by the center of the flower. Okay, that's actually sticking pretty well. Oh, oops, spoke too soon. Should I put the glue on the template? It doesn't say to do that, but I don't know how else I would. You can't really lift up. I'm gonna try that. That seems like that would make more sense. Because then I could just follow the line with the glue. Here, I'm gonna take this off and put a little bit of glue on this whole petal. Now, obviously it's gonna take a while for it to actually stick until it dries down a little bit. So, it's definitely not easy. It's looking like a petal. Okay, all of these inner petals are the red. I gotta kind of fold this a little bit into a corner. This is so hard. We haven't even gotten to the quilling part of this activity, but I want to finish this first outline and then maybe we can try some of the rolling. If you're a paper quiller, please leave me all the tips. So far this is not as relaxing as the brush calligraphy, but maybe the end result will be worth it. Okay, these ones are staying, oh, now that I said that, I was gonna say they're staying pretty good now, as long as you don't touch them with your sticky fingers. I'm curious how this part is gonna look since I have to start a new piece of paper on the petal. I'm gonna try to put less glue. Oops, maybe not. I'll just spread around what I have on there right now, because I'm feeling like the less glue, the better. Along with the written instructions on the brush calligraphy advent calendar, they also had video tutorials that you could watch, which are always super helpful. And I am definitely wishing this had that right now, because I feel like there are some unanswered questions in the poinsettia making. There's our first outline of the poinsettia, looking pretty good. For the center yellow part, it looks like a spiral. There is absolutely no information on how to do this. Oops. It's actually split at the top there. It looks like you can fit a piece of paper in between. So I wonder if that's how you get it started. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. Oops. Oh, I can also kind of hold it like this and spin it. That's pretty cute. Okay, let's glue this down. Just add a little bit of glue around the center. I kind of want to try some of these inner parts now. I think you're supposed to do all of the outlines first, but I'm probably not going to finish this today. And I want to give more of the quilling a try because that was fun. Threaded the paper through the little hole on the quilling tool, and then you can twist. Oops. It comes off so easily. Oh no. Can I get it back on there? Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, once it comes off, it's kind of hard to get back in the groove of it again. The little space that the paper goes on is so small. I'm trying to do these red ones, but how? Like, do you see this kind of triangular bit According to this picture, it's not connected to the rest of this teardrop shape. But if you look at this part, it looks like it's all connected. But how do I get it to look like that? Pull some of these outer layers and then press it into a point. But they fit 8 little teardrop things inside of one petal. If I do my petal like this, I'm only gonna fit 2. Maybe I have to cut this? I'm gonna cut this in half because even though it says nothing about that, it just seems like the right thing to do. And maybe I'm supposed to cut it even more than that. I don't know. I really like this part of spinning it. You do have to be so careful that it doesn't fall off the little tool. And then I let it kind of unravel itself a little bit. And then I'm squeezing it into the teardrop shape. I'm going to take a little glue again and glue down the end. I finished my first petal. I didn't get the 8 little sections in there that they had on the template, but I got 5, which I think is pretty good. And it looks quite cute, not perfect, but pretty good for my first attempt. Overall, I think this hobby was really fun to try. When I first opened up the package and saw the template and all the things, it was a little bit overwhelming, especially because this template looks crazy. But once you actually get started and doing it and getting in the motion of twirling the paper, it's quite fun. I could see how it could be relaxing. I think I would want to look up some tips on gluing so it doesn't get so messy, and maybe there's a way to make the paper stay in place better. But overall, this is definitely something I'm gonna keep working on this season. The next hobby is the one I am definitely the most nervous for. I feel like this takes the most skill, and that is watercolor painting. I got this book by Emily Lex Studio, and I got it at a little shop here in Vancouver, and she had so many different ones. There was this one, which is autumn, a winter one, a florals one, I think a couple other ones. I picked this one just because I liked all the different colors, and I thought it looked nice and cozy. So if you haven't seen these before, the premise is she teaches you all about mixing colors and how to use all the basic colors to make different shades. And then one side of the book has a picture like this pumpkin, and then your color palette with all the colors you're going to use, and then the instructions, and she has a pencil drawing of the pumpkin on the other side, and that's where you're supposed to paint. I love this idea of having the drawing already there and painting over it and having the reference picture there with all the colors. But I am pretty scared to do this. I have this palette of watercolor paints. I'm sure this is not anything great quality. This is just, whoops. This is just a random palette I've had for many, many years. Emily has a tutorial video on her website all about how to start watercolor painting, everything you need to know. And I did watch that. And she said to use round paintbrushes, and so I already had a bunch of different sizes, so I'm gonna see if these work for that. And then she said to use a ceramic plate to mix colors, so I'm just using a regular plate that I have. And then I figure if I enjoy it and want to keep watercolor painting, then I can get different supplies and upgrade as I go. Which design should we do today? We've got pumpkin, a mug, pumpkin bouquet. Ooh, that looks fancy. Leaves, basket of apples, squirrel, a pumpkin patch truck. Oh, that one could be fun. Gourds. That looks hard. A maple leaf. Mums. An acorn branch. fall wreath. Oh wow, that is pretty. And then that's it. Okay. I'm gonna go for, maybe I'll do the mug. That only has 3 colors. And the rest of them I think are a little bit more involved. For the first one, I'm gonna try this mug. Kind of perfect for a cozy activity video. Let me know if any of you watercolor paint. Give me all the beginner tips. And let me know if there are any hobbies that you want to try but feel too scared to start. We need 3 colors. There's a light warm gray, a dark warm gray, and some kind of a blue that she does not specify the name of. Step 1, paint mug light warm gray, leaving some areas unpainted for highlights. So we've got the light warm gray here. Let's see if that is in instructions. Oh, I think that's the same. So if you'd like to add shadows to your artwork, mix up a warm gray using black and brown and lots of water to dilute the paint. I need some black. From her video, she put her paintbrush into the pan and then put a bunch of paint on the plate, rinsed it off, and got the next color, which is going to be brown, and put it next to the black. Now, I want to mix the two together. How much? I don't know. I mean, it's not looking like gray, it's just looking like brown. Maybe I need more of the black. I feel like this is not going well. Okay, maybe need more water. More water, more brown. I have this other book that I'm gonna use test the colors on. Too dark. I just feel like adding more water is not making it any lighter. When she was doing her swatches, she would dip it in, rub it on the edge. Oh, did she dip it back in or just onto the paper? Maybe just on the paper. Oh, but that's too light. Okay, do I need more black? No, maybe it's the wrong kind of brown. I also have a gray in this palette. Oh, I just noticed something. This color is the one I'm trying to make right now, which is the color of this bottom part of the mug, but it doesn't say anything about the background color of the mug, which is more of a light gray as opposed to this, which is more like beige. So how do I get that color? And why isn't that down here? I can totally see how watercolor painting could be a relaxing activity, but I gotta say there's a bit of a learning curve. I'm gonna try the gray from my palette. I'm going rogue. Okay, that's dark gray. Oh, I should put on the plate, right? And then add some water. Does it need a bit more warmth? Maybe if I mix the gray with the brown. Are we getting somewhere? Try more water. It's better than the other one, which was more brown. Also, leaving some areas unpainted. Which area? What do you mean? It looks like everything is painted. I see some spots that are lighter, but how do I do that? I think I need more of this gray color on here if I'm gonna paint that whole mug. I think that looks pretty similar to the mug color. I'm gonna try it. Here we go. It looks like her strokes go across. But right here looks like the lighter part, so I don't think I'm supposed to paint there. So far, it is pretty fun. Still have no idea what I'm doing, but having the guide is very, very helpful. I feel like watercolor paint is really forgiving too, which I like, because then it's a little bit less pressure on having to get it exactly right. The handle is a little bit darker. I wonder if I could layer. If I go in with it lighter the first go around, then maybe I can add more paint on if needed. I feel like on hers you can see the brush strokes, whereas on mine I'm not really getting that. So I'm not sure if that's a technique thing or a brush thing. Now it says to leave the highlighted parts unpainted. I don't think hers are actually unpainted. So am I supposed to go over this with just really light, like adding lots of water? I don't know. Maybe I'll leave that for now. Step 2, paint inside mug dark warm gray. Build up the color on the corner for shadow. Okay, this looks like it definitely has more black in it. I'll get some black here. Should I just add water to that? Let's get our tester book. That looks pretty close to what it is. Let's go for the inside. Oh, maybe I'll do a smaller brush for this actually. I think we can go a bit darker. Add some water. Let me know if there's any other kind of hobbies like this you want me to try. A big one on my bucket list for years has been crochet. So that is definitely gonna be one I'm going to tackle this winter. Is it starting to look like something? Oh, we've got a highlight spot there. Okay, I've got the base of the color down. Now we'll just add a bit more black to deepen the shadows in the corner. Oh, add the same color to side of mug and handle for shadow. This side? Does she mean like this darker color over here? Now paint bottom of mug light brown. Add more color to give depth. Okay, so I'll take some more black, add brown. Oops, need more water. Brown. And then mix the two together. It's too warm. Let's see, maybe if I add some of the gray. Black and brown and lots of water. Supposed to make that, which I'm pretty sure is this color. But when I'm mixing the black and the brown, I'm getting this kind of a shade, which looks nothing like that. Okay, maybe I just need more water. Oh, that is not working. It needs to be more brown. I think that's the only brown shade I have though. Ah, this is why I have the tester sheet. See, this brown is so red. Maybe my brown is the problem. How do I get it to be this beige color? Oh, that looks terrible. I could really use your guys' help right now. I wonder if I need more of like an orangey color. Maybe like this one up here. Ooh, that's really orange. Okay, probably not that. What about this? Okay, I feel like that's actually closer. Let's get this peachy color. And then, should I mix it with the gray? Ooh, that is not a good color. Maybe I need more water. How do I fix this? Oh, that's a bit better. I'm just kind of like mixing everything at this point, hoping something works. Maybe I'll go with that color. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm so stressed right here. I feel like that's not bad actually. Took a lot of trial and error, but it actually kind of looks good. Getting somewhere. Now I have to fill all this in. Now I have to darken this side. Oh, I need this same color for the shadow. Okay, this part's kind of scary because there's no outline for it. Kind of starts from here down and then over here this way. I'm just gonna fill this in. I'm running out of this color that I made. I feel like these parts are a little bit too stark white, so I'm just gonna take water on my paintbrush and then lightly go over it. Just slightly blending together. I think that's a little bit better. I'm actually pretty proud how that turned out. I want to try blending this part a little bit more because I think it's kind of a little bit too obvious where it goes from the darker to the lighter. So I'm just taking some water and then pushing the paint over a little bit. I'm not sure if that did anything, but there we go. Then it says I have to let it dry and then paint all these little blue designs. My mug is dry now, so I need to make this blue color to add all the designs. Now I'm probably gonna need a pretty small brush for that, so maybe this one. It doesn't say specifically how to make this blue, so I think I'm just gonna have to experiment. Okay, I have a few different blue options here. Let's go this darker one. Bunch of the blue on the plate. And what should I add to it? Maybe gray? I'll put some gray here. Mix a little bit of blue with a little bit of gray. It's not bad. Needs a little bit more blue in it though, I think. I need it to be a little bit darker. I wonder what would happen if I added a bit of brown. Add some brown down here and then add a little bit in here. But that's probably too much. That's too gray. Let's add more blue. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so we've got the gray, the brown, and the blue. I think that is a good match. They kind of look like little trees, and there's no indications on here of where to put them. I think it's just up to me. See, this is another part where I feel like I could mess the whole thing up, but that's okay. Let's go for the first one. Mine is not quite as blue as hers, so maybe I need to add a bit more blue. I'm noticing that the color looks different on the mug versus on my tester paper, since the paper is white and I'm painting over top of this grayish color. This part is actually more fun than I thought it would be. I think getting over the initial fear of starting this project was the key, and now it can be a little bit more relaxing. It's definitely still a little bit scary, but I'm starting to see how this could be a fun, cozy hobby. I started out trying to be exact on the placement of the little tree designs on my mug, but now that I'm getting into the groove of it, I'm kind of just putting them wherever I feel like. I think that's a good sign that it's becoming a little bit more fun and not so stressful. Now I have to do the rim around the mug. These really exact features are a lot more difficult because it's just so precise. that's my finished mug. What do we think? I feel like I did pretty good for my first real attempt at watercolor painting, and I'm definitely excited to try all of the other designs too. I'm excited to keep trying the watercolor painting and see if it becomes a zen, relaxed hobby for me. Today was a little stress-inducing just because it was my first time and there is a lot to learn with watercolor, with all of the mixing of the colors and the right amount of water and everything like that. But I think I could really get into this, and I love the look of watercolor. So let me know if you want to come along on this watercolor journey with me and see more videos of me attempting to become a watercolor painter. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun trying out all these new cozy hobbies. I think having creative outlets like this is so much fun and so much better for your mental health than constantly scrolling on the phone. So if you're looking for some cozy, fun hobbies to get into this fall and winter, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing my journey of trying lots more hobbies like this, along with some fun DIYs coming up. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.